all, in this video we are going to discuss about event delegation model in Java. Before going into event handling, we should know the basics of AWT and applets. We have seen about AWT and applets in the previous class. So AWT is nothing but a toolkit which has all the GUI controls like buttons, text box, text area, all that. Applet is one container on which we can actually display the GUI components. Yes. So now we are going to discuss event handling. Event means any activity that interrupts the current ongoing activity. That means when I click the button, when I push the button, it is an activity. Okay. So event means any activity. So I can call when the user clicks mouse on the container or when he presses some key in a keyboard during some processing, then it generates an event. Okay. So whenever we do something on the container, an event is being generated. Okay. Any applet program, when you give input, you will give the input through GUI. Okay. So if you need your input to be processed, then it should be an event driven program. Applets are event driven programs that uses a graphical user interface to interact with the user. Okay. Further, any program that uses a GUI is event driven. Therefore, any program which has GUI, how will you give the input? By clicking on the buttons or by clicking or writing something on the text fields, isn't it? So you are basically causing an event to be generated. Okay. So events are supported by a number of packages. One such as java.awt, java.awt.event. In java.awt, you have the static components. Okay. In java.awt.event, you're giving life to the static components by making it dynamic. So apart from the two import statements, which we have already done, we will also be importing one more package, which is called java.awt.event. Okay. So whenever a user clicks or do something to the GUI, an event will be generated. We need to handle that event. When exception is generated, the exception will be handled, isn't it? Same way, when the event is generated, we need to do something to process that particular event. Okay. So there are many types of events. One including that generated by a mouse event. Otherwise, we can say keyboard key event. Okay. And various GUI controls like buttons also generate an event called action event. Similarly, all the GUI controls generate some event. Okay. So then event class is available within java.awt.event. How to handle that event? We also use some interfaces. That interfaces is also available within java.awt.event. So in this particular package, we have some events and some event handling code. Okay. So you need to basically implement those interfaces. So there are two mechanisms, event handling mechanism. The first method is called old approach, and the new approach is called event delegation model or the delegation event model. There are two approaches. One is the old approach and the second one is the new approach. The new approach is called the delegation event model. Okay. So in the old approach, we used in the Java version 1.0, but from Java version 1.1, we are using the delegation event model only. So in the version 1.0, what they basically did is extend the AWT component. Okay, we'll be extending the AWT component and then we handle the event. But still it is supported, but we do not recommend it for the new programs as many of its methods have been deprecated. What do you mean by deprecated? Deprecated means what? Yes,
not
student?
used.
Yes, it is not in use. Though it is supported, but still it is not in use. Therefore, we will be discussing only the delegation event model. There was a drawback in this old approach. Okay, we'll come back to the slide and discuss. Okay, so the delegation event model goes like this. A source generates an event and sends it to one or more listeners. Okay, some source will generate an event and it will send to listener. In the scheme, the listener simply waits until it receives an event. Once an event is received, the listener processes the event. Okay. Now tell me who generates the event? Who generates the event? Yeah. Yes, some source. Okay. GUI control. A source generates an event and who is responsible to handle that? Who is responsible to handle that? Is the source or the listener? Who is responsible to handle that event? Listener. It is listener. So somebody generates an event and somebody else handles that particular event. Okay. So the advantage of using such model is that application logic that processes the event, okay, is clearly separated from user interface logic. Okay. Source is nothing but user interface logic. The processing of that event is done by application logic. So application logic and user interface logic is in the same place, or is it in the different place? It is in the different place. Okay. So clearly we are separating who processing the event from who generated that event. Okay. So this model is called event delegation model. Delegation means what? Giving its responsibility to somebody else. So a user interface element is able to delegate the processing of an event to a separate piece of code. Okay. So in the delegation model, listeners must register with the source in order to get the event notification. Okay. This provides an important benefit. That means notifications are only sent to listeners that want to receive them. So there are two components. One is source, another one is listener. When the source generates an event, the listener would have already registered with the source. Therefore, the listener will be notified about the event and the listener will handle the event. Okay. And listener handles the event and returns the answer to the source. Okay. The only work of source is to just generate the event. The work of listener is to process the event and hand the processing to the result to the source. Therefore, who does the work and who is giving the work is completely separated. So this method is called delegating the processing of event to another piece of code. Okay. So this method is called the newer approach or modern approach, and the name of that is event delegation model. Now, if you see the old approach is what? What is our old approach? Used in Java version 1.0 by extending subclassing AWT component. In this, the drawback is that if the source generates an event, it will be propagated up in the containment hierarchy until it was handled by a component. You remember exception. Exception will keep on going, whoever calls it. It expects the caller to handle it, isn't it? If the caller is not handling, it will go to the next level of caller. Same way, event will also be propagated to the containment hierarchy until some component is handling it. What is the main drawback is that this component to receive events, right? The component receive events, no? They do not process it, but still they receive the event. This wastes our time. Okay. So event will be propagated up in the containment hierarchy until it was handled by a component. So a component which will not have the code will still open the events and check what to do. So this wastes our time. But in the newer approach, which is called delegation event model, the source simply generates the event and makes listener responsible for it. The listener should have registered with the source. Okay. Therefore, the listener will handle it and returns the answer to the source. Okay. So there are three things. One is event source. Another one is event. Another one is listener. Okay. Event source means somebody who generates the event. Now, when the source generates the event, and object is created, that is nothing but event object. Okay. So we have the second one, which is event object. And the third one, who will handle this event object is that the listener. So the listener object. So there are three sets of things which are involved in doing the event handling. Okay. And basically this is called event delegation model. Okay. So we'll first see what is event source. Source, I told you when you click the button, something should happen. So who is the source here? When you click the button, something should happen. Who is the source here? Hey, students, who is the source here?
The user.
When you click a button, something should happen. Who is the source here? Button, isn't it? Button should generate, isn't it? But the button is not having capability. That is why we are making the listener object to do the work. Okay. So source means what? Any object. Okay. It can be a button or it can be the applet container itself. Okay. It can be a text box, text field. Okay. It can be a choice box. So source is any object that generates an event. Why do we call it as an object? Basically, all the GUI controls are available as a class within AWT. So a source is an object that generates an event. This occurs when the internal state of the object changes in some way. Say, for example, button is available on the container. When I click it, the internal state of that button is changed, isn't it? Now it generates, button generates an event. Okay. Sources may generate more than one type of event. One source can develop many types of event. Say, for example, if I'm generating a mouse event, I can click the mouse, I can drag the mouse, isn't it? So one source may generate more than one type of event. A source must register listeners in order for the listener to receive notification about a specific type of event. Now, source has to delegate the work to a listener. Therefore, source should make the registers listen to it. Okay, listeners register to it. Then only the source can notify about the event to such registered listeners. All the listeners cannot be given. So whoever are the listeners who have registered, all the listeners will get a notification about a specific type of event. Now, each type of event has its own registration method. Say, for example, if I'm clicking a keyboard, something in the keyboard, if I'm typing a key, then it is called key listener. Okay. So if we use something like mouse clicked, okay, then we call it as mouse listener. Okay. Similarly, if I do something in the button, I call it as action listener. Okay. So now we need the event to be registered, isn't it? We need, for each type of event, we want somebody to register to the source as I am the listener. Okay. So that is done with a method called add type listener, public void add type listener. Okay. So the argument is an object of listener. Okay. Basically, it will be of type listener. Here, type is the name of the event and EL is a reference to the event listener. For example, the method that registered a keyboard event listener is called add key listener. Had it been mouse motion listener, then it is called add mouse motion listener. If it is mouse listener, then we call it as add mouse listener. Okay. So what type of event happens? Basically, that type should be added. So add type listener is a method. Okay. So we should do this. Now, when I add this, whenever a source generate an event, this particular listener will be notified that the event has been happened. Suppose you have some 3 listeners for the source, all the 3 listeners will be notified. Okay, all the 3 listeners will be notified. When an event occurs, all the registered listeners are notified and receive a copy of that event object. Since all the registered listeners are notified, this is called multicasting the event. Whenever one event happens at the source gives that event to all of the registered listeners. This is known as multicasting the event. Suppose for a source, you want only one listener, then the method goes like this. Public void add type listener throws java.util too many listeners exception. So if you make one more listener for that particular event, you will get this exception thrown. So now we are not going to worry about this too many listeners exception, because all our AWT controls are multicasting. It will only multicast. It will send it to all the listeners. Okay. Now, basically, when I say some method is there to add a listener, there should be also a method to remove the listener. So this method, public void remove type listener, is to remove the listener. Okay. Okay. So now, do you remember we did a program? I showed you a program, isn't it? Now, button, I am just adding a button to this applet container, adding a button to this. Now, how will I register? This button is my source. When I click that, button is the source. So how do I register a listener for this is that B1 dot, okay, B1 dot, the name of the type is action here. Whenever you do something to a button, it is called action. If you do something with a mouse, it is called mouse listener. Okay, same way for button, it is action listener. B1 dot add action listener. Okay, the listener here is the applet itself. Therefore, we are giving this as the receiver listener object. Okay, so this is the method to add a listener to B1. So whenever you do something to the button B1, okay, it should notify that to a action listener. Clear? So this add is a method. Okay, so which is basically done to register the listener to the source. Okay. Now, whenever you register like that, whenever you click it, some event is actually generated, isn't it? So the event is an object that describes a state change in a source. That means button has changed its changed its state. Now all this event or classes within which package? java.awt.event package. When I click a button, an event is generated. It is a class, so an object of that event is generated. Okay, so it can be as a consequence of a person interacting with the GUI, like pressing a button or entering a keyboard, entering a character in the keyboard, or selecting an item in the list, and clicking the mouse. Okay, there are also events that are not related to the user interface. Say for example, when the timer expires, also some event will be generated. When a counter exceeds a value, also an event is generated. So you should not always link event to something which actually happens only with interaction of GUI. Okay, events can also be caused due to some other interactions in the user interface. Okay, so now who is going to hear that event? It is going to be heard by a event listener. All these listeners are interfaces within java.awt.event package. All the events or classes, all listeners or interfaces. Okay, now listener is an object that is notified when an event occurs. Okay, listener is an object that is notified when an event occurs. Now it has basically two requirements. First is it must register with the source. Did we register? For button, did we register this action listener? Yes or no? b1.add action listener. So for a listener to be notified, it should first have been registered. Second, it must implement all the methods to receive and process this notifications. Okay, so the methods are available within the set of interfaces found in java.awt.event. Say for example, mouse motion listener interface defines some methods to receive notifications when the mouse is dragged or moved. Okay, so basically what you'll have to do is b1.add action listener. Okay, this means I'm adding action listener. So whenever I am creating the container class which extends applet, I also make the same class implements. Okay, for mouse it is mouse listener, means for button it is action listener. Okay, for button it is action listener. Implement, see it is it will have interface, means it will have all the methods, isn't it? Right, it will have some methods. So this action listener method is having only one method which is called action performed. It is having only one method called action performed. So since your class is not abstract, you are supposed to implement that particular method, isn't it? You need to implement the method. So when the button is clicked, action listener should automatically call this action performed. Okay, so when a button is clicked, I want to show in the status bar. Okay, there's a method called show status for the applet. Okay, so I wanted to show the status in the applet, that right, hello. So I have implemented the method which is available within the interface. Right. Right. So now when I run this, so it is taking some time. So see here, earlier when I clicked, nothing happened. Now when I in the status bar, hello to be printed. Okay. Right. This is basically event handling. There should be a source which generates an event. B1 is the source that generates the event. Then you should add the listener to the source. Okay, so b1.add action listener. You should basically say who is the listener object. Now this means this refers to the current class object. So the current class is simple applet. Simple applet's object it is this. So b1.add action listener of this. Okay. So when I say action listener, it is an interface. Okay, so you need to implement that. So implement action listener. You can also write in a different class implements action listener and create an object of that class here. Okay. Now, however, for simplicity, I'm putting the event handling code also in the same class. So public class simple applet, extends applet is your container. Okay, container has the source. Similarly, implements action listener, same class is implementing the event handling code as well. Okay, so when I implement the action listener, it has many methods which are abstract. Since my class is not abstract, this class should implement the methods. The only method that is present within action listener is action performed. So public void action performed. Okay, what is the event? This will generate add action listener. Okay, when I click something in B1, it generates an event, and the name of that event is called action event. Okay, public void action performed, action event AE. So in the status bar means at the end, I mean, when I run this, I get the applet container, isn't it? So for a container, there will be status bar at the lower place. Okay, at the lower end, we'll have the container. So here, what happens is that this is your status bar. So in the status bar, I'm just printing hello. Okay. So basically, a listener is an object that gets notified when an event occurs. So it should have been registered. Second, it must implement the methods to receive and process these notifications, right? So there are three things. One is event source. In event source, you should always do this method add type listener. Okay. So this is a method that is available with all the components of AWT. It's basically the component method. It can be button, it can be a text field, or it can be even applet. Applet is also a component, isn't it? Therefore, this adding type listener is a method that is available for all the components of AWT. Okay. So if you want to remove it, you have to use remove type listener. Whenever an event occurs, it will be notified to all the listeners. So this is called multicasting. Unicasting means only one listener is notified. Only one listener can register. We are not going to worry about unicasting because all our AWT controls are only multicasting. Okay. Now I have been telling button will generate action event, isn't it? You will not be knowing, right? Button means action event. Keyboard means key event. That you may not be knowing, isn't it? You should know some theory concepts, right? Which control will generate which event. Okay. So I have just captured that in a table. Button will generate what? Action event. This will be implemented by whom? Action listener. Action listener will have a method called action performed. You are expected to know this. Button means action event. Action event means action listener should be implemented. Within action listener, there is only one method which is called action performed. So whenever you trigger a GUI component, event will be raised. Event is delegated to listener, which handles the event by performing listener methods. Performing the listener methods are nothing but handling code, and then it returns whoever called them. Okay. So button, action event, action listener, public void action performed. You are expected to know this. Then only you are able to write an event handling code for button. Okay. So now at least remember this. Button means action event. Action event means it should be implemented by action listener. Action listener has only one method called action performed. With this knowledge, come to the program which we have written, right? So the sequence goes like this. We need a container. So simple applet extends applet. In the same class, I'm going to have the event handling code. Therefore, for event handling code, I should implement the interface, implements action listener. Okay. Now, a source will generate an event. So source is B1 here. It is going to generate an event B1 dot add action listener. So when the source generates action event, okay, using this method, we are notifying the receiver object that event has taken place. Now add action listener will automatically call the methods that are available. So public void action performed is the only method that is available within the interface. Okay. So this method will be called. So we are just showing show status is a method within the container class, applet. So show status of hello will print hello in the status bar whenever that B1 is being clicked. Okay. Right. So why are we writing action event AE is that whenever this add action, whenever B1, whenever you just click on B1, one event is generated. And since it is a button, the name of the event is action event. Did you understand? Right? So the name of the event is action event. So had it been text field, the name of the event is focus event and the listener name is focus listener. These are the two methods. Okay. So we are not going to discuss about all the AWT controls, how it generates the event. Okay. You will be learning the same thing in swings. Okay. Because this method I already told you, it is completely obsolete. So you'll be studying the same control, how to be used within swings. Okay. So here, we will be only discussing about mouse event and keyboard event. So in addition to these graphical user interface elements, any class derived from a component such as applet can also generate event. For example, we can receive key and mouse events from an applet. We can make the applet itself source. Earlier I told B1 is the source, button is the source, isn't it? Now we can make the applet itself is the source, right? And on the applet, if I do something with my mouse, the event generated is mouse event. And there are two listeners for that. One is mouse listener and the second one is mouse motion listener. Now, if you are making implements of these two listeners, all these methods should be implemented. Okay, mouse listener means clicked, entered, exited, pressed, and released. Mouse motion listener means mouse dragged and mouse moved. All these methods should be implemented. Whether you need to implement dragged or not, you should at least put an empty implementation for it. Okay, so all these methods ought to be implemented. So similarly, any class derived from components such as applet due to keyboard, key event will be raised and the interface that it has to implement is key listener. So I want you to know only these things now. Okay. Mouse means mouse event, two interfaces, mouse listener and mouse motion listener. There are some 7 methods. Thank you all for watching my video.